Where?
Did you get the notes linked or not?
I update today note on contentious session.
I don't know what that means. We need to link the notes, the contentious situation document. You did not. So should I just do it or what?
Okay, let me link. I thought you say I link the note inside the situation, contentious situation sheet, and I did.
No, you
Anyway,
need to link the current contentious situation. So you need to delete that if you linked it into the wrong place. So line 8 has the current contentious situation. I guess it's line 9. And so we want to link all the notes for the current contentious situation. You only link the actual contentious situation itself on the contentious situation sheet.
no problem. Done.
So if you did that, you should delete it or do policy tracking. 0.1 hours.
I link it or line 9 already. Done. I'm writing the
Line
date.
on our note.
The
Where?
3/4.
I mean, if you can't do it, I can do this in like 30 seconds. Like it shouldn't take very long, maybe even 15 seconds or less.
Done. J updating note. What else?
You still didn't do it though. We need to link these notes in our contentious situation so that we don't lose these notes. They're part of the contentious situation. Do you not understand what I'm saying?
I understand what you said, and I linked the note on contentious situation work organization sheet on line 9.
Line 9. But did you put it in the tab that says list of session notes? Like, I don't understand what you're doing.
Can you not check it on line 9? It's on line 9 there.
In the
Correct
notes?
names and links.
There's nothing in line 9. Link to notes and other docs, there's nothing. So again, I could have done this literally 5 minutes ago, but you said you were going to do it, but you're not doing it. Line 9 in our notes has the link to our contentious situation. Like, what are you not understanding? Like, I don't know what you're talking about. You want
Line
to share it?
9 on current status, right?
Was that a question?
No.
No question. Okay.
I'm just
So
trying to say where the
can
note
someone
is.
just ask me to do it for you? Otherwise, it's
I
like
linked the note. I think you said I should link the note inside contentious situation, not
yeah,
link to contentious situation on our note. I think that was just like
everything related to this contentious situation needs to be documented and linked on the contentious situation sheet for this contentious situation. Do you guys not understand? Like, I'm so confused. Like, why are we even talking about this?
I link the note I link contentious situation on our note, and I link the situation note for today on contentious situation on organization.
There.
Which document then are you talking about? Are you talking about today notes? Today notes.
No. We need to link today's notes to the current contentious situation spreadsheet, which is line 9. Like on topic 1. I don't know where you are, what you're talking about, but if you could share your screen.
Oh, let me share my screen.
I'm begging you guys to just ask me to do this for you because you can't do it. Like when you guys are not able to do the work, it just drives insane to simply not ask to get help. Like I don't get it. Like why are we sitting here for 10
What about
minutes?
this one, Jay? What do you mean we don't do the job? Somebody cannot just leave without sleeping and come say we don't do the job. We are here, we want to do the job. We are doing the job, surely.
So you think this should take 10 minutes to do a quick 15-second link is what you're saying?
No. Maybe I link it in the wrong place.
Obviously, I link it in the wrong place. I can tell. It's not here under link to notes and
Can
other
you
documents.
see then on my screen? This is where I link the note. I find in the note the other here. Then it is say here current status.
I don't even know what this is. Go to the info tab.
I already link it on info here on line 18.
Wrong. This is
I link
100%.
on line 18 and you say
This is
it's wrong.
100% wrong. This is not. This is in the notes. This is under line 5. So you went to line 5 when I said literally 10 times to go to line 9. You went to the contentious situation sheet for all contentious situations, right? For all contentious situations. That is not the right place. I said that like 10 times. Like, Sandra, you don't understand this. Ate, you're not understanding either. Like, why do we need to spend 15 minutes on this? It's line 9 for the current contentious situation to make sure we're documenting the information on this contentious situation, not the contentious situation sheet for all contentious situations for all time. That is line 5. Ate?
No, but I'm not getting, then kindly you
Sandra?
can link, because on line 5 for me is empty. On info, there is nothing.
So why are you not able to ask for help? What is wrong? Like, why can't you? If you're not capable of doing the work, why should we sit here for 20 minutes to do nothing? Why not just say, like, Jay, I can't figure it out. Can you please do this for me so we can move on?
Kindly do it for me.
Okay, and Ate, you can't do it either. Sandra, you got no one else can do it. It's impossible. Like, everyone wants me to do it, right? Is that correct? Is Ate even here?
She says she's taking care of the baby.
Okay.
She will be back.
All right. So this should take like, 5 seconds. So you can count the time. I go to the contentious situation. Again, I link in here, and then I'm going to double link so I can get the name correct so that we don't lose the name. And so I think it was like 10 seconds. That take 10 seconds, maybe 12 seconds at most. You see that, how I did that or not? Did you see it, or is it just too fast for you? You just don't understand because I was too fast.
You are too fast. I don't know even where you are.
Line 9, which is, this is literally the 15th time I'm telling you line 9 in the notes. Do you not understand? Okay, 16th time, line 9 in the notes. Do you understand? 17th time, line 9 in the notes. Do you understand? 18th time, line 9 in the notes. Do you understand? Topic 1, line 9, 20th time, line 9. How many times do I have to say it?
Hello?
25 times, like line 9 in the notes, topic 1. Do you understand? 22nd time, line 9 in the notes.
Yes,
Do you
I understand.
Okay.
Why are you saying many times? It's just faster, please. Why should you just be so fast, by the way? When I was checking for this, I did my best. I linked the note. If it was not in the right place, you should just say that was not the right, either do policy
I
tracking.
said it literally 23 times.
No,
I said
you
that
don't even say it 20 times. You repeat that yourself like a second, say 23 times, line 9. No,
yeah,
Jay, that's not
exactly,
good.
line 9. Do you see line 9 or not?
It's okay. I have seen the line 9 that you are talking
Okay,
about.
so then you go to the contentious situation sheet for this contentious situation, and then you click on the link to notes and other documents tab for this contentious situation. Do you see that or not? You don't see it. Okay, I'll say it for like a 7th time. You go to the link to the notes and other documents tab in the contentious situation that we're in. Do you understand? Should I say it an 8th time?
I understand, Jay.
Okay, so where do you go?
Should I link on line 14 on line 9?
I already linked it. Remember, I'm just
You
trying to
already
explain to you what I did because you said I
linked.
did it too fast and you couldn't figure out what I had done. Do you see what I did or do you not understand? You don't
It's
need to
not
link
that, there is two things. It's good that we have contentious session, Jay. There is two things. You misunderstand someone. If I link the document and I link it in the wrong place, you should not misunderstand me saying I don't want to do the work. It is 12 a.m. I'm here. It's almost
I gave you 20
1.
minutes
I'm
to do
here. I
the work.
want to do the work. Why should this be a problem?
I never said that you didn't want to do the work. That's why I kept asking you to do it until you asked me to do it for you, and then I did it for you.
I did it in the wrong place. And I show even you. You
like
told
2
me to
minutes.
share the screen. I did. I share even the screen. I show you. This is where I linked the note. I linked it here. It was in a wrong place.
Are you guys
Yes,
getting
we
me?
all know it was in the wrong place. Yes, Ate, we can hear you. We wouldn't be talking about that if it was not in the wrong place. Like obviously it was in the wrong place. Like we all know that. That's why we're talking about it. Ate, did you have something to add?
It's okay. I'm sorry. Let's move on.
I'm sorry too. I have no idea like why it's so difficult to do things that should take 15, 20 seconds. Instead, we spend 20 minutes on it. I don't understand. It's just mind-boggling to me, jaw-dropping, mind-boggling.
No.
Do
Let
you
me tell you.
understand now?
Because when you open that note, contentious situation, work organization, it does not say this is the current, but it just say active contentious situation with Alex Lucy J. I did not know that was what I should open and put the note. I
But
thought
I
that
told
was
you
no,
line
that was
9
the
in
note.
your notes.
It should
Okay,
be
so
written. That should be
in the
written.
future, I will never ever link ever the link to our overall contentious situations because obviously that's too complicated for you. I'll just link our current contentious situation. We'll delete the overall one because the overall one is just putting there for your information so you knew where you could find all contentious situations forever into the future. But obviously that's too complicated for you. So let's just focus on the current contentious situation. I deleted the overall contentious situation from the notes so that it doesn't confuse anybody. This is our current contentious situation link on line 5. Does that help? Does that make more sense now?
Yeah.
Like I thought it would be helpful for you guys to know where to find all contentious situations in the future, but obviously it was just too confusing for you, too much. So let's just focus on this contentious situation and completely ignore all the other contentious situations. Okay, so are we ready to move on to topic 2 or what?
Yeah, sure, we are ready to move on.
All right, issues. So I don't know what that was, but if we could try to put it into words, we could add that to our issues. It's just like, miscommunication, not understanding simple instructions, too many links, and inability to organize links and information properly.
Yeah,
And why do we have the
we
contentious?
could
Why do
equally
we link
add.
the contentious situation work organizing sheet here on line 3? What is that there for? That's the one that just caused us all those problems. So I think we should delete that, right? Who put that there? The contentious situation work organizing spreadsheet. Line 3 and topic 2. Okay, I'll ask
Dictionary, the
for a
one.
time. Who
Let
put
me delete. I put that
work
day when Jay was asking
line
if
3?
you lean or not. I explained. I think he was not getting me, and I did not know the right link. I thought because those are the contention situation. Let me delete.
Yeah, let's delete that because it just caused massive problems and create confusion. So let's just link this contentious situation document for just this particular contentious situation.
I really like. Can you? I need that document to be updated correctly. The name. You can say the current contentious situation note, so that if you tell somebody to go and put the note there, you will know this is where you will add your note.
I don't understand. It says the contentious situation with Alex, Jay, Lucy, Joyce, and team December 27th to present. So when it's over, it will say December 27th to, for example, January 3rd. If we finish today, then it would be done today. But it's
Okay.
current. It's present to present. December 27th to present. So technically you could get rid of this. I don't know why it says Wednesday, Thursday. This part, it doesn't make sense. But it's December 27th to present, which means that it is current. Does that make sense or no?
It does. Okay, miscommunication, not understanding simple instruction, too many links. How can I put this? Because there is really a bigger issue in FQN that goes with the miscommunication. I don't know how I can put it.
Yeah, but obviously we're never going to be successful if I have to, if we have to spend 20 minutes and repeat something 25 times that should take 15 seconds. If we have to do that over and over and over again,
Yeah, yeah,
we're
but you should equally ask yourself that you have like 4, 5 different people on Discord with you, maybe no on GT with you, and you are communicating and none of them are understanding. So why don't you question yourself that
you
are you
weren't
using the
even
right
here,
method to
okay?
communicate, or is
You
there
weren't
a
even here.
problem?
You weren't even here. Sandra is
No,
like
but
still very
Lucy
new and
and
doesn't know how to
Sandra,
work.
they were there, and even last time we had the same issue where we were doing the updating of the deadlines. So you should ask yourself if you are using the right way to communicate. If you're not using a hard tone, like you should. I don't know how you should ask yourself, Jay, that it doesn't make sense that you have like 6 workers and you are passing through a message and it is difficult for them to find out what you want them to do. So if you keep saying that not understanding simple instruction, you are just pushing the blame on others. Why don't you take a step behind? Question yourself.
Sure. I
How am
mean,
I
obviously I'm a terrible communicator. If I wasn't a terrible communicator, we probably would be much more successful, or I would get a job or something like that and people would pay me money. I don't get anything, right? So I am not a good communicator. I'm not saying that that's good. I'm always trying to learn and get better, but it's just like, I don't know how to say, link the spreadsheet to the contentious situation. I mean, this is just like our basic documentation responsibility for contentious situations. Do we have the link to the responsibility organizing? Get link to responsibility organizing for the contentious situation documentations, right? So this is not, I'm not talking about something that's special at all. It's just like, this is literally what we do all the time for contentious situations. We do it over and over and over again, the same thing. Every time there's a contentious situation notes, we link it to the contentious situation spreadsheet for this current contentious situation. Right? So it's just, this is just the responsibility organizing. So I think it's, I think this is it here in the contentious situations work organizing spreadsheet. So the responsibility organizing link is in the contentious situations organizing spreadsheet, which is probably not the best place for it, but that's where it is. So if we need to work on the responsibility organizing better, we can do that. But ideally, people would take on the responsibility, organize the contentious situation, and I shouldn't have to say anything because I've already literally said it 100 times, and it's in the responsibility organizing training or how to coordinate a contentious situation, which means documentation of everything, including all the notes and making sure the notes are linked. So again, I'm sitting here explaining something. I had to say it 25 times today. I've said it hundreds and hundreds of times in the past, and it's in the responsibility organizing training. This is nothing new. Does that make sense?
Jay,
So
what you don't understand? What you're saying makes sense. It's just that you always have this pressured manner of saying something and you get people confused for what they know already. What you're saying is what Lucy knew what she was doing, but the way you put it in such a pressure that she even gets confused along the line. And now people now start doing things. Just look like the other day the two of us were on Discord. We make more than almost 30 minutes because it shows you the way you're communicating. It doesn't work, Jay. You need to rework on it so that when you say you want something, people should easily understand. Because at times you want this and somebody update it somewhere and you just like no, it's like oh you're wasting your time. You just start putting pressure and get people confused along.
Okay, so
And people
why
are
don't
even
you
scared to
hear,
even
Jay's inability to communicate. Communicate. So it's very, very specific, like we could say, oh, Ate is really bad at communicating and da-da-da-da. But in the end, it's just like Ate is Ate. You're going to be yourself. You're going to do what you're going to do. So it's fine. We can put Jay's inability to communicate. But in the end, it's like, how do we figure out ways to work with people in the way that they are? Because it's hard to just become something that you're not, right?
yes, because you're not. It's just like slowing down. I never said you're not communicating well. You're communicating well. At a certain level, you now put something brings in
I can't
confusion.
hear you very well. Lucy, can you hear okay?
Hello?
Lucy, Sandra, can you hear Ate?
No, her voice is cracking right now.
Yeah, we can't hear you.
Hello? Is it better now?
Fair is fair, no better.
Yeah, but I mean, I can only apologize, but in my perspective, I don't see a time ever in the future where, if someone makes a mistake, typically with a normal person who works at normal speed, they would, after I said it 10 more times, they would understand, oh, I made a mistake. I linked it to the wrong place. I need to figure out the right place to link it. So instead of just not trying to find the right place over and over and over and over again, you would understand, oh, I obviously linked it in the wrong place. Oh, I went to the wrong line. I went to line 5 instead of line 9. And then let's figure this out and get it linked correctly, right? So, if someone's at 0.75 hours because they're going really slow and they just don't know how to solve a problem when they actually know that they did it wrong, I don't know how to not get frustrated in that situation. If I have to repeat something 25 times, it's very difficult not to get frustrated.
When you're dealing with people, you need to
I think
level of
repeating is
frustration.
not an issue here. Seriously.
Sandra, are you talking or who's talking? Is that Sandra?
Ate is still talking. I'll talk after her.
I don't hear Ate. Ate, are you talking or not? Does anyone want to talk? No one. So should we just move on or what? Hello, can anyone even hear me? No, no one can hear me. So is my Jitsi just broken? No one's here. I'm gonna refresh because obviously no one can hear me. Hello, hello. Is anyone even here?
Okay.
Hello,
Hello.
can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Lucy can hear me. So Lucy doesn't want to talk. Does anyone else want to communicate? It just sounds like we need to move on if no one can communicate. Right.
Yes, I can hear you now.
You can hear us now?
Yes. Can you guys hear me well?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah, you're clear now.
So I got disconnected when you guys were talking. So I don't know if you guys are done talking the topic.
I have no idea what's going on. Yeah, Sandra said something about you continuing, and then we never heard from you, and I don't know. So I don't know if you were done, Ate, or if you had something you wanted to continue with. But I'm trying to get us focused on moving on with our list of issues.
Yeah, let's go ahead with the list of issues.
Okay, so first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to move these notes lower so that we can get our list of issues organized.
Mm-hmm.
So any other issues that we want to add? Or should I just add them? So the other issue, obviously, we have the contract, so the platform contract updating proposal. We want to address that. So, I mean, I don't know if there's issues regarding our pay. I mean, basically, like payroll and workers getting upset regarding their pay. So there's sub things on this, like, is people upset about their pay because we are not completing the payroll, including the bonus upfront payroll. So obviously people get more pay. We actually completed the payroll. From there, there's the issues of, the pay stops. 50% pay stop is cutting everyone's pay by half. I mean, this is massive amounts of pay cuts. We also have issues regarding the 1.5 hours per responsibility per week assigned work. So, spending 4 hours in main sessions repeating things, 25 times is not assigned work, right? So at some point we just have to be like, look, we can't just sit here in the main session and get paid for it. Like, we have to stop, right? That's your job, to stop the main sessions and get to work. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So that means it's been 1 hour and 8 minutes. So we have 30 more minutes, or no, 20 more minutes of time on main sessions for this entire week. And then we need to focus on work, right? So if people want to continue the main session and try to solve problems, it's fine, but it's not assigned work. We're not here to just sit in main sessions for 20 hours a week and get paid for it. That's the assigned work. So I don't know what the payroll and workers getting upset about regarding their pay, but so then we have obviously issues with back pay benefits, and that workers get concerned that their back pay isn't automatically approved or something. I don't know what that issue is, but obviously people have issues regarding their back pay proposals not being approved or something. I don't know what it is. But obviously if we approve everyone's back pay proposals, all we would do all week long is back pay proposals, because people just want more and more money, and we would never do anything else if we endlessly approved them. So are there other issues that I'm missing, or does this sound like everything, or I'm just trying to figure it out myself?
So far, I think everything is listed except we think about others.
So the only issue you guys have is just with my communications. That's the only issue you guys have.
That's the greatest of it.
What?
That's the major issue.
That's just the major issue.
Okay, but that doesn't even have to do with the issue last week. So maybe we should create a new contentious situation. Because last week there was nothing about, like, today it seems like the only issue you have is me.
When you now put it this way, as if we are having issues with you, it now sounds a type as if, because very soon now you are going, after you say the only issue we have is you, very soon you are going to say we are attacking you. So
Well, I mean, I don't care that you say that. What does matter is that you're laughing about it. That feels really bad. Like, I don't care what your
no,
interviews
yeah,
say.
it's
Laughing
true,
about
because very soon now you start saying you are an issue. It's very soon you're going to say we are attacking you, because that's how it always starts, and then we end up using other vocabularies that are just going to, I don't know how to say it. At
But
times
I
I
mean,
don't.
I agree with you that my communication is not good. Like, I am not a great communicator. Otherwise, we'd be making millions of dollars. You kidding me? Like, so the question is, how do we solve it? How do we improve upon it and improve
Yeah,
our communication as a team? That's
good.
the issue to solve, right? But the
Yeah,
question is whether it's a different, I mean, I guess we can throw it all into the same contentious situation, but obviously it's a different issue, right? So for me, there's two main categories. We have communications, and then we have pay, right? Those are the two main categories, issue categories, right? So I mean, I would like to hear other people's perspective on the pay and the payroll side of it, and then we can go into the communications aspect of it. But I don't think we're in, like, I don't think we need nonviolent communications right now. I don't think we have any vibes going on. I think it's fine.
yeah.
It's all problems. So, but I want to hear from somebody who has issues with the pay. I don't have an issue with the pay. I think everything is correct, that people should not be getting paid to not complete the work, which is our policy that everyone has agreed to. So I think, and in my perspective, we're paying people too much money not to complete the work, and it's going to bankrupt us unless we fix that. So for me, I guess that would be a third issue, right? Is actually getting the work completed. So work, completing work. But I don't know what we can do about that except for just talking about completing work is not going to help. We just need to get to work, right? So I think the solution to completing assigned work is to stop talking and get to work, right? Because we're actually, me and Lucy are making a lot of progress. All right, I'm very pleased with working with Lucy and moving forward everything. I mean, I feel like for the first time in months, we're actually getting some work done this last week, right? Not a lot, but a little tiny bit. We're starting to move forward, on our websites and our multimedia. And for me, it's very exciting that we're finally actually moving forward after months of just basically constant payroll, back pay, contention, all that stuff with Alberta. It was endless, So, but I want to hear from you guys, like, what the issues are. So I listed them because no one else was talking and we need to move forward, but I want to hear it in your words.
Okay, let me start.
What is the issue?
Can I start?
Yeah, yes, we want to hear what the issue is.
Okay. Um, we have issues with payroll. That's no news. Everyone knows, and it's really affecting the team. So the issues with the payroll is, one, the payroll is late. Two, is anyone taking notes?
Yes, I'll do that.
Okay, thank you.
I'm just adding this to our list of issues, right? Payroll being late is an issue. which we're actually, I think we almost have solved. But yeah, so payroll.
Yeah, I'm taking note that they continue.
Thank you,
was
Lucy.
late.
Yes, payroll
This
late.
is the first month that payroll was basically on time or within a few days. Yeah.
Yeah, even though it was like 2-3 months payroll. Okay, let's just
Yeah.
go ahead. Payroll
Last
is late.
month, last month's payroll was the first payroll that was on time within a couple days, um, ever. Like it's been literally been like at least 10, maybe 15 months since we've had payroll within a week of the end of the month. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, we also did 2 additional months of payroll, but the last month's payroll was the first payroll that was on time. And then we had 2 late payrolls in addition to the on time payroll. So that's really good progress.
Okay, so as I was saying, lateness in payroll, then to a lot of pay stops that prevents people from even getting like even like 10% of their hours they work for the month. Like we barely don't get even like 10% reward of the amount of hours we put into the work. So that discourages a lot of people. They might not be saying it, but they are feeling it in their flesh. It pains them a lot, but they might not just say. They might just keep quiet and like struggling to do when they can. That's just two. Then three, I think back pay is equally payroll, right?
Yeah, everything's related to pay.
Yeah, three, we can also talk about the bonuses. Um, me, I believe that when somebody says something, FQN, I'm talking of FQN. I'm not talking of J or somebody, anybody in particular. When FQN says that people have bonuses like half year, and then at the end of the day, the bonuses are just being turned around until the workers don't even have the bonuses anymore. Even the overtime bonuses that they stay awake sleepless nights and they don't have those bonuses. It really discourages people a lot. One, the base upfront, we don't even get 10% of it. Then bonuses, you don't even have it. So from every indication, everyone is supposed to be discouraged to continue like putting in as much as they thought they would put in. And this affects recruitment a lot. A lot. Somebody won't jump into an organization, then your first day of work, you start hearing make statement like I'm willing to work 100% back pay and nothing upfront. It's really funny to me because if I hear such a statement, it means there's no seriousness there. How can I go somewhere and I'm working 100% back pay? Then you still sit in the same company. Maybe you join a session where after making a statement like I'm willing to work 100% and or back pay and receive nothing upfront. Then somebody makes a back pay proposal in that very same session, and they start arguing again about the back pay. So you that you are just there, wow, what is it? How can I be saying that I'll work 100% back pay? Then somebody is proposing a back pay proposal, and it's a lot of issues. We will have to quarrel before the money. It's even I don't even think like even 50% will be given to the person. That if we don't settle them, we'll recruit thousands of people and they will leave. Those that are even there, most of them are interested to even go. So I don't even know how FKN is working now. I don't know if FKN has the vision it has before to go in front and help the world. I don't know because FKN is no longer to me is FKN is no longer like following his vision. Now FKN is a place of job and all the rest. But the worst issue is people get there and they say they're coming for a job and they don't get the money they're here for. check. What I'm saying is not personal, so please, I'm saying what I know is correct. Check.
Okay, so I mean, I think everything was good. I do have some questions, obviously related to some of your opinions related to only getting 10% of pay. Seems a little bit low. I don't know how that would be possible, especially around 50% pay stop, but we can cover that later. But otherwise, obviously, all big issues, big problems that need to be solved. And then the only thing that's obviously missing there is the idea that, obviously we can't help anybody in the world or do anything if we don't do any work, right? If we don't actually complete the assigned work, it doesn't matter what we're trying to do, we're not going to be successful with it, right? We can't help anybody if we don't do the work. So my next question would be like, what work have you done in the last 2 months, 3 months, right? So let's I think we have a good list of issues, and I think the three primary thing is completing the assigned work, getting everyone paid, and improving our communications.
So can I say what I've worked for the last 3 months?
Sure, yeah.
Was that a question?
If you want to. I mean, I was saying I would ask it later. I have questions about, because I agree we're not meeting our goals as far as our mission and what we want to do as an organization. For me, the primary cause of that is just that we're just not doing the work, right? So, and that's why we're not getting paid, is because we're not doing the work. Like the amount of client work that was done last month was almost nothing. And in all the months before that, the 99% of the client work was all ACU, which was 99% me doing all the work for ACU and then getting everyone paid for that. So if you want to answer the question about what work you did, it's fine. Like what work you did in the last month.
Yes, let me off my tracking sheet.
And specifically, it's all about client work and making sure that we are bringing in income into the organization. So we're not doing any client work, like all the internal operations.
Yeah, I focused a lot of time on taxes like the FDNNS. I even put some time on the bills. Let me see. 155. 055.
What percentage of the work would you consider that?
The FDNS?
Yeah.
It should be like 80% or even 85 because the only part.
No, you think that the fictitious business is 80% of all of the work, of all the assigned work, what percentage do you think was completed, right, that we did? So you said you did a little bit on
or I did.
Yeah, either way, I like you said you did a little bit on the bills, right? So maybe in the last month, 2 to 3 hours of work on bills, fictitious business names. I mean, it could be more than 2 to 3 hours. You did 4 to 6 hours of work in the last month.
No, fictitious business name should be even 6 to 7 hours of fictitious business name for filling all the forms for WTTCCLN. Almost 6 to 8 hours.
Okay, that's a lot of hours. I don't think it should take that long because you certainly didn't work with me for 6 to 7 hours on it. But either way,
we were working together. We were together for all the sessions.
Okay, but either way, I want to make sure it's very clear that all of that time was not efficient hours because all of the forms got rejected by the government and then we have to redo everything. And I think one of them, I mean, they're all stupid reasons. I think one of them that was we put, executive or some sort of title that they didn't accept. It was it needed to be CEO or something. I don't know. It's stupid reasons, but I'm just letting you know that even if you spent 6 to 7 hours on fictitious business names, in the end, we did it wrong. We have to redo the whole thing. go faster this time because we just have to do quick updates. Like you just have to change the title. But I'm just making sure you understand that we didn't actually accomplish any work, right? Because the government rejected it.
So I don't understand. The work you asked us to do, we did the work. I was in the session with you. You
The
say
work
at the
is
update like
actually
this, I updated.
implemented.
So when
But
you
that's
said
the
the
problem.
work,
This is the issue, is that's following through with the work, right? The follow through is what you're paid to do. You're not paid to just sit there and fill out a form. I don't give a I'm going to hold back from bad language, but I don't care about filling out the form. What I care about is actually following through and completing the work, which means it needs to be verified that it was approved by the government. But you guys don't care about actually completing anything. All you care about is spending your hours and getting paid. You don't care if the government accepts the form that you actually are trying to file. That's the problem. You should actually care about that, be following up on that, be verifying that the form was done. Otherwise, you're not doing anything. Do you get it? Like, why would you not care that the work is actually done properly? You literally don't care. All you care about is just putting in your hours and getting paid. You don't care if the hours you put in actually create results and are accepted. Like, you don't care about that. And that is the core problem in terms of completing the assigned work. You actually have to follow through with things. You can't just like put your hours in and then log it and move on. That's not how things work in the real world, right? So maybe that works if you're given a task. Like that's how we define tasks. When you have a task, you have no responsibility. You put in your hours, you get paid for your task. Here you have responsibilities. You actually have to follow through the responsibilities, verify that the work that was done correctly and was accepted. And then we double, triple, quadruple check everything and verify it. And we're all owners. We all have equity ownership in the cooperative. So it's, we're not a bunch of people who have no responsibility and we just assign tasks. Like that is not what we're doing here. And it's unfortunate. I wish we could assign tasks and I wish no one had to do any work and could get paid whatever they wanted to, but that's just not possible. And until we get to the point where I'm not the person who has to ask these questions, that's actually the assigned work, is to follow through with making sure everything happens. You should be the ones asking the questions. Did that get approved by the government? Did the forms get finalized? Was everything done correctly? Do we need to redo it? It's like, what is the next tax? It's like I should not be the one who has to remind everybody about the deadlines and the taxes and like the next step and everything like that. But 90% of the time, I'm the only person why anything's moving forward. Even though I'm the one paying you guys to do the work, I'm the one who's overseeing it all, and that you're supposed to be getting paid to do. But anyways, I don't disagree with the problems. I 100% agree with the problems with the payments, the bonuses, huge problem. Let's review. Actually, I want to review all of the bonuses and the payroll and make sure we're organized on it. But I think we are done with this topic. I think the topic was to list the issues. I think we did that. The issues are communications, pay, and work. And our solutions are improving communications, getting everyone paid on time, regularly, and then completing the assigned work. And follow through, completing and following through with assigned work. So these are our solutions, our beginning of solutions.
Can I ask a question, Jay?
Yes.
Who is responsible? I mean, I don't know if I can put that. Who should support to verify if the taxes is done correctly? Is it now after hearing from the government? Is it not you before we send it to the government?
I mean, we're all a team. I do my best to review everything and make sure it's correct, but we're why we're paying us all to work on it together is that we're all responsible to double, triple, quadruple check everything and then verify. So, if we had just copied the previous form with the same information, it should have worked correctly. But something was changed in relationship to the title of the person signing the form. So, I don't know. I can't double and triple quadruple check every single thing perfectly every time, right? So we're all responsible for making sure the work is done properly, not just me. Does that make sense?
Yes, then I think that should not be referred to like Ate, she did not follow up. If it is a group, then it is all of us, not only her.
Absolutely. Oh yeah, for sure. Ate was one person working on that particular responsibility. The AGC coordinator would be the primary position that's responsible for following up and making sure the taxes get verified. So the AGC coordinator is not responsible for doing the work. They are responsible for notifying the team that the verification has not been done correctly or properly. But of course, no one does that, right? It's only me who has to go in and actually remind everybody that we need to follow through with the verification and the taxes. But eventually the agency coordinator should be the person who does that, because they should be verifying all the deadlines and they should be going through and reminding the team of what's going on with the deadlines and the verification and completing all the work and following through with it instead of just putting the hours and the stopping, right? So I just want to remind everyone that the taxes do not end with the virtual envelope. The virtual envelope is only the end of the pay stop, right? So if you don't do the virtual envelope and we have to mail in the taxes, we go on 100% pay stop, right? But that's just the pay stop deadline. That is not the actual end of the work. To get the bonuses and actually completing the work, we have to do the verification and to follow through with the work, right? We can't just stop. Right? But there's a difference between following through with work and just meeting a deadline, right? The deadlines are the minimum required work. The assigned work goes beyond the minimum, right? Like we actually need to follow through and verify things, which is the assigned work, but typically we don't have a deadline. Like typically all of our deadlines that represent pay stops is the deadline for the minimal amount of expected work, not the work that we would want. Do you see the difference between a deadline and actually assigned work? Does that make sense or not?
Yes, it does make sense.
Yeah, okay, good.
Okay. I think for me, can I talk as well?
Sure.
Yes, for me, I still have an issue in between 1.5 and also the same to payroll. I think on this payroll, no. These are 50 pay stop. Because we are already assigned 1.5, and again, you are still going for pay stop. That 1.5 is just divided into like cents. Yes, I understand we need to get work done. Also, it's good also you consider us. I know I'm not saying you don't consider us. Don't understand me. Yes, you consider your employees. You should also consider if I put this work on 100% pay stop or 50% pay stop, and again this is just 1.5. How is this gonna work? That means you already
Okay. I'm gonna go
demoralize the person that want to do the work. Not everybody is like willing to work with 1.5, and again the same like 1.5 is still on 50%. If in real sense we don't work for 1.5, we work for 0.75.
Okay. So 0.75, I don't know if anyone's tracking 0.75 value, but
No,
can I
yeah,
respond?
according to just analyzing, Jay, I'm not saying just according to my analysis and what I see. I always calculate. Now I'm on 50%. Now that I do this, it means it's like 0 point something. It's not like 1.5 hours. It be due to that, but you have to work more hours for you to get that 1.5. And my other question is, Jay, if I work on assigned hours, let's say I work on payroll and I assign 1.5. So now I already meet my 1.5 and that work is not yet done. Does that mean I will leave? I'll stop working on that because my 1.5 hours already I made that 1.5 hours?
The answer is yes. Under our model, the answer is yes. You should stop doing the work if you don't want to work for unpaid hours. So if you look at it, if we hire 7 people on payroll and they're all assigned 1.5 hours per week for doing the payroll, then that should be as much as 7 times 1.5 is 10 hours plus, right? 10 hours plus on payroll per week. The work should be getting done, right? But if only one person does the payroll, or if 2 people work together on the payroll and never hand it off to anyone else, then yes, it's probably going to take a little bit more than 1.5 hours to complete it, especially if we're behind. Or obviously setup takes time, but that's the whole point of setup, is that it's not efficient hours, right? But let me go through the policies. But does that answer your question in terms of the answer is yes, right? You're supposed to stop after 1.5 hours, but payroll is not a great example because payroll, it doesn't do anything for the organization. Payroll and budget do nothing for the organization. They're all about the HR and the workers, right? You get budgeted, so you get paid. You do payroll to pay yourself. That's what the purpose of budget and payroll are, right? Does that make sense?
It makes sense, but when you say payroll is not like, I think payroll is equally important. When the payroll like not working well, even people cannot work. People are working to get money. So payroll is very important.
Oh,
Budgeting is very important.
of course, yes. Payroll is extremely important, but the outcome of payroll is never a deliverable. It is output, final output. But there's never a final deliverable for payroll. It doesn't exist, right? There is only the output of the payroll and the pay. It doesn't actually produce anything for the organization. Does that make sense? But I
Yes.
agree, it's extremely important. Very, very important. We love payroll. We want to get paid. Everyone deserves to be paid. This in my perspective, the work is not particularly difficult, but on the other side, it is hard work. There's a lot of work. It's complicated, right? There's a lot of moving parts to the work. Running a co-op is not easy, right? So overall, it's hard work. It's not difficult work in terms of any one particular responsibility. All the work is pretty easy, but it is a lot of work. It's hard work to do this type of thing, right? Especially with our large scale goals and visions, right? But the point that I'm trying to make is that, we are perfectly capable of doing this. We just don't do it as a team. We're just not getting it work. But anyways, let me cover the policies really quick. So in a normal contract job, let's say you're going to get paid $300 to do taxes for a month. You get $150 upfront, and then you get paid the other $150 when the work is completed. Right? This would be like a normal contract job. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? Like a normal contract job?
Let me see it well. I can't
Like
see
in a
it
normal
clearly.
contract job, like let's say like if we wanted to start paying workers who were not owners, right? So let's say we were going to pay contractors who, we would not pay them hourly. We would pay them to complete the work, like you do on Workana and for freelancers and everything. It's like, hey, here's get $300 complete the work. This is the deliverable. You get $150 up front, and then when you complete the work, you get the other half. Does that make sense? So if we were going to start a new,
So when is the person going to get that half?
when they complete the work. That's how contract working functions.
Yes, I know the contract. I've been working somewhere whereby my first payment, I don't get it this week, then the other payment, and it's like automatic. I'm not going to ask them to give me the payment. I'm just getting my payment. When I sign the rule, I'm given the contract to sign. I'll not get my payment for the first week and the second week because I'm still new. But that money accumulates. I'm going to get that money in third week. Third week, I get my money for I have percent of the other 2 weeks. Then the fourth, I get the whole money for the other week, and should be
Did you
mandatory.
have to do the work? Did you have to do the work to get the money?
Yeah, I have to do the work.
Yeah, exactly. So that's what I'm saying, is that when you complete the work, you get the rest of the money.
But that was different case, Jay, because I was assigned to do only one task.
How a normal contract job works is that you get paid a certain amount to get started, and then you get paid the rest when you complete the job for the deliverable. That's how like a normal contract job works. That's not how we work. Well, that is not how we work, right? So I want to make sure it's clear what the difference between our policy and like a normal contract job would be. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
So I want to go through our policies. Okay, can I go into our policies?
Maybe you can go through all policy later.
Well, no,
Not
this is
just
very
now.
important. I'm responding to what you were saying.
Okay, you can just do it then.
Because you were complaining about the 1.5 hours.
I'm not complaining. I'm concerned. It's not a complaint, please, Jay. You know, when we have a meeting, we have to discuss. When someone says something, it's not like complaining. It's just like concern. Not only me, to other person and other new person and other old people.
Okay,
Just a
I
concern.
apologize. I
Only.
apologize. Sorry, I used the wrong word. It is you were, like you said, you have a complaint, or you have
Concern.
a concern. You have a concern with the policy, right? So we're discussing it. So the policy is 1.5 hours per week per responsibility, right? So if you do more than 1.5 hours in a week, you can get paid for all of those hours 100% if you complete the work, right? And this is applicable to client work and client income, not as applicable to internal operations like payroll and budget. So with payroll and budget, sure, you technically can get paid for all of those hours, but the problem is that we just don't have a lot of money for internal operations, because 100% of our internal operations budget, 100% of the internal operations budget comes from client work. So if you're $0 in client work, then internal operations is equal to $0, because you can't have money out of nothing, right? So all of the money for the internal operations comes from the client work. So first and foremost comes the client work. So let's say you want to work on taxes, right? So you're doing client work, you're working on taxes, and you do 1.5 hours. You could stop there if you want. But if you actually want to complete the work, you can work 20 hours on taxes and get paid all of those hours if you complete the work, which means full verification and follow through on the entire assigned work process, right? So under our policies, you can get paid. So if you go to the 73 degree, 173 degree automated single budget payroll, this will eventually all be tracked automatically, but we track it under deliverable work, right? So when you have a deliverable and you actually complete the deliverable and complete the actual work, and again, payroll is not a good example because there's just not really any deliverable for payroll. But then you have the potential deliverables budget here. So and this is all part of our bonuses. So under our potential deliverables, we've got another $4,000 available funds for completing the deliverables, which means actually completing the work, not just spending hours. So all of the base hours and our base payroll is paid to not complete work. So we get up to $7,000 a month, regardless of whether we complete any work. So we get paid to not complete the work. If you want to complete the work, you have additional bonuses that you can get, right? So we've got $4,000 of upfront bonuses and an additional $15,000 back pay value for completing work. And that gets tracked as part of our deliverable work. So if people actually want to work above and beyond the 1.5 hours, it's fine, up to the point that you actually complete the work, right? You can't work, oh yeah, I want to work 50 hours on something and get paid for all of this time and never ever complete the work, right? That's just not, that would just bankrupt us. It's like, if you want to work 50 hours on something in a week, more than the 1.5 hours, then you need to complete the work. You can't just endlessly work on something and never ever complete the work. Does that make sense? That's our policy. So our 1.5 hour policy is only applicable for not completing the work. If we complete the work, you can get paid for as many hours as you want. You just need to be focused and getting the work done and having some efficient hours, and then you can apply all of those hours and get paid for the full value and the bonus of all the hours. It is done through agreement, but I don't see why anyone wouldn't agree to it. Right? I would agree in a second to pay people if they're completing the work. I have no problem at all. What I have a problem with is paying people for dozens and dozens of hours for not completing the work. That's my problem. And it should be a problem for everybody. Like, isn't everybody concerned about that, or is it just me? Do you understand the policy, Lucy?
Yeah, I understand the policy. I think also policy should be like reviewed, as I said before, and we vote it again and see the proper way of getting work done.
Yes, I'm fine. We can review it and vote on it right now if we want to. I have no problem. And we can make proposals and change it. All of our policies should always be reviewed and understood.
And also, I proposed, my proposal is to have either somebody then to do the payroll apart from the workers who are there, so that we can focus on getting money. Work
Okay,
on
so if we can fire people, that's fine. We just have to fire a bunch of people and hire someone else to do the payroll, right? Because that's going to cost money. So we have to take the money from whoever is not going to get paid anymore. So if you don't want to do the payroll and we have to hire someone else to do the payroll, that's fine. But we're
No, Jay, what she's saying is, as a team, we can assign someone to be doing the payroll, while the rest of the team will focus on the income, bringing in the income. That's what she's
fine.
saying.
So who wants to do the payroll? That's fine. Who wants to do the payroll? If no one wants to do the payroll, then someone's got to do it. That's my point. You understand? So I have no problem with saying, okay, let's have some people focus on income, some people focus on internal operations, but someone has to agree to it.
Do you know why? If that one, we can get easily among ourselves, someone to work on payroll and budget only. Then the rest of us, people can work on client work, income. But the issue is 1.5 hours is not going to favor that person, because it's looking like that person is only working on 1.5 hours for all entire payroll and budget. That will be like 3 hours. You see, the issue is we should have to see the way of getting that 1.5 away, 1.5 hours away. Then we strategize.
But I think you're not understanding. It's 1.5 hours per assigned work priority, right? So if you look at,
Yes, I understand, Jay. I think you don't understand my argument.
let me finish. So if you look at Ate, for example, right? Ate has 1, 2, 3, 4 assigned responsibilities under coordination. So this would be 6 hours per week on coordination, right? It's probably
Can I respond to you before you go further?
for ACU, she has assigned 4.5 hours a week for ACU. For taxes, she has assigned 4.5 hours on taxes per week. So somebody who's doing budget and payroll, everybody
Payroll.
could be assigned for budget and payroll could be 3 hours a week on budget and payroll. I doubt Ate ever spends 3 hours a week on budget and payroll over the last
I
month. But
used to before.
yeah, but you don't do it anymore. It's like, great, oh, I used to do it a year ago, but it's like not helpful if no one's going to do the work that they were trained to do. And then you just stop doing it, right? So it's like you don't follow through on the work. But the point is that we can give someone, 5, 7 hours of assigned work priorities on payroll or budget. That's the whole point of the 1.5 hours. And that for you, Lucy, you requested
There is
time.
something that my argument, Jay. It's not that I think you are not getting me.
5 hours. Okay, what are we not getting?
I'm not getting. You are not getting me. I'm
No,
like.
saying, yes, we
I
can do
said.
it. Model, we can assign a single person to work on payroll for 9 hours per week under our model. It's fine. 1.5 hours per assigned responsibility for payroll, but we can have multiple responsibilities under payroll. It could be payroll setup, right? They could work on, the base payroll. They could work on bonus payroll. So they could easily have like 9 hours of different assignments on payroll. I think 6 should be enough. I don't think anyone needs to work on payroll for 9 hours a week. I would say 6 hours would be plenty on payroll. And then maybe
Then budget
on budget. Right? So they could do, so you do 6 hours on payroll, setup, base payroll, bonus payroll, coordination. And then maybe they could do, budget responsibilities and budget coordination. So they could do 6 hours on budget, right? Which would be 9 hours on budget and payroll per week. We can easily do that under the current model. You just assign it, right? You just assign as many work priorities to the worker as they want to do. We're not assigning work priorities to anyone who doesn't want to do the work. Does that make sense?
Okay, but you cut me off when I was explaining, and my mom was out of the what I was thinking. My thinking was, let's say, like we are like 4 of us or 6. When we decide Lucy and Ate should focus only on client work, Sandra and Mamun should focus only on making sure internal ops, anything that do the internal communication is done. For us, we bring money. Sandra and Mamun, example. Sandra and Mamun, we can give them to do the payroll and making sure anything to do the payroll is they have to make sure the payroll is done. Follow all due process, base, equity, bonuses, everything. And also the budget.
I have no problem with that. I don't
then,
know. Sandra,
for us, we focus on client. That's why I against the 1.5. I thought if it is
1.5 allows us to do that. I don't understand what you're talking about. How can you not do that with the 1.5 hours per assigned responsibility?
Because when we say, we'll do like, okay, anyway, that was just my opinion, just opinion. I'm not saying I'm forcing, just an opinion on how can we solve this.
You are assigned to work on taxes for 4.5 hours per week. How many hours do you spend on taxes, right? You don't spend, this week, did you spend any time on taxes?
Is that the point of being responding to the sessions?
Well, no, but you're implying that you can only
last week I did not do anything on taxes because we are on deadline, 100% pay stop. We have to focus on that until we get it done. We cannot move. anywhere. Because if you don't focus on that 100% pay stop, it still is going to remain there up to next the other week, and it prevents us from getting work done.
I certainly agree. It's good to get the 100% pay stops done. Those are very high priorities. But the point that I'm trying to make is what you're saying is that you're saying that you can't work on a priority because you can only work on it 1.5 hours, but that's just not true.
I'm not
If you
saying I can,
want
Jay. I think when we have the
Can
meeting,
you let me
we
finish?
need to.
Can you please let me finish? If you were assigned multiple work priorities under, for example, taxes, you can have, in this case, you have already been assigned 4.5 hours per week to work on taxes. You don't do it, but that doesn't change the fact that that's the assignment. And the same thing can happen with payroll. The same thing can happen with budget. The same thing can happen with any different work priority. You can assign multiple 1.5 hour priorities for every single thing that you want the organization to do. So it can be 1.5 hours a week, it could be 3 hours a week, it can be 4.5 hours a week, it could be 6 hours a week, etc., etc. It's just not true that somebody can't be assigned to work more than an hour and a half on payroll. That's just not true. The question is, who wants to do it? That's the question, and it's just silent. Nobody wants to do it. That's why it's not assigned. It has nothing to do with not being able to. There is no policy that prevents us from doing it. It's just nobody wants to step up and do the work. That's the reason why we're in the situation. Nobody wants to do the work.
If we are talking about nobody in this session, I don't think in this session, Lucy and I, we
There
know
is
more.
nobody else. There's no one else
More,
besides us. There's
yeah.
the 4 of us, and that's it. There ain't no one
So
else.
we can't take a decision here right now
No, the
because
decision
I want
is everybody's
you,
responsible to do payroll. Period. That's the decision.
Jay.
Unless that changes and someone steps up to do payroll on their own, the policy is clear. We're all responsible for it. So you guys can like say all you want that you don't want to work on payroll and you want someone else to do it, but there's no one else to do it because no one else is stepping up to do the work.
For me, I did not say I don't want to work on payroll. I've been working on payroll. It was just an opinion. Any other meeting, when you have a meeting, you have to make sure you discuss what you feel is not right, what your contribution say. Do you prefer me to be silent, not to say to like my own opinion? I think
Yes,
fine,
Jay, I can step up and do
but
the
let's
payroll.
move on. If we all have agreement, we're ready to move on. We're over topic on this. We haven't been
let's
taking
move on.
to do tons of policy tracking. This is really bad. So like if
Let's move
we
on.
yeah, I think we're good.
Yeah.
But I did add to our primary issues category the 50% pay stop that's been ongoing for like a month. Ongoing for a month, right? Is a big problem. The solution is a plan to end the 50% pay stop. So I think our primary issues and solutions are improving communications, getting everyone paid on time regularly, completing and following through with assigned work, and then a plan to end the 50% pay stop. And the completing and following through on assigned work, I have no problem if this includes, hiring someone to work 5 to 10 hours per week on payroll/budget. I have no problem with that. Again, that's just work that needs to happen and be followed through with. Okay. And there's nothing under our policies that say we can't do that. So these would be our solutions. All right, does that sound good?
Yeah.
Cool. So these solutions, basically, these issues and solutions, I'm going to copy and paste them into our contentious situation document. List of issues. So these are our list of issues, and the solutions would be our list of next steps. Okay. So this is a list of next steps/solutions. And so then these next steps and solutions would basically be our topic. So then you come over here, we go to our desired outcomes, and we would add this list to our potential topic. And then we need to take a break. Oh, what happened? Oh, it's the stopped. That's the problem, because it wasn't looped. That's why we lost the rhythm. Okay, so we do
Yeah,
need to
let's take a break.
take a 10-minute break, but before we do the break, let's make sure we do some more policy tracking, because it was pretty bad. So if we go over to our policy tracking, policy keeping, so we basically, the rhythm stopped. So we could say, 0.5 hours for that. We missed 2
And
breaks.
the break. Time to start. Please get focused on the session.
So we could say 0.5 hours for that, and then we went over time. So I would say we went over time by basically an entire segment, right? So this particular topic 2, was supposed to be 24 minutes, and I think let's say we went over by at least 15-20 minutes, right? I don't know how much time we went over. We kind of lost some time. This is why we need organizational timekeepers. But anyways, let's just say 4 hours of policy tracking for that. So, and then we have additional policy tracking. We started late, so that's 0.25 hours. So we're at least like 4, 5, probably 5.5 hours of policy tracking. This is session policy tracking, okay? All right, so let's take a break, 10-minute break. All right, we'll take 10-minute break.
Yeah.
And then we'll do a view up. Okay. If I leave, will that help? Fine.
Time to pause. Please stop. Close your eyes. Count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Open your eyes. Time for breath. Please stop and get ready. Now inhale, 1, 2, 3, exhale, 1, 2, 3, pause. Inhale together, 1, 2, 3, exhale, relax. Time to pause. Please stop. Close your eyes. Count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Open your eyes.
All right, anyone back?
I'm back.
Okay, so I think we are, now we're definitely getting into the time where we're going into our cobalt break. We definitely could consider doing a wrap up, and
Okay.
Time to stretch. Please stop, stand up, and stretch and move around for 30 seconds.
so what should we focus on next? What should we go on to wrap up?
I don't know.
I'm fine doing a wrap up and then taking a break and then coming back to cobalt. Getting focused on the work.
Yeah.
I mean, we definitely accomplished getting our list of issues, which is good. And we talked about them some as well.
Yeah. I'm fine with wrap up as well.
Okay. Is Sandra still here? We lose Sandra.
Sandra is there.
Well, no, I'm not asking if her thing is on Jitsi. I'm asking if she's actually here. I don't think she is. We didn't hear most of the time, but all right. Well, anyway, let's go to wrap up. It's fine. So wrap up, we can just start with our time tracking. So basically, we did, view up / setup for a long time. So that's line 36, and we did that for at least a half an hour, probably 0.75. 0.75.
Line what?
Line 36.
Okay.
And then we just did contentious session, contentious main session. So this is line.
Line.
28. And we spent the rest of the time on that. So overall, we did an hour, 2.5 hours. So 1.75 on that as well. So let's see what that works. Yeah, 2.5 hours.
Yes.
So 1.75 contentious session, 0.75 view up. Actually, I think for contentious session, we just do 2.5 contentious session. I don't think we have to do, that's for buddy teams. This is not a buddy team. So line 36 is for buddy teams, it's not applicable.
Yeah, this is not bad.
Please stop, close your eyes, count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Open your eyes.
All right, so then we have lots of next steps. We will continue the contentious situation and go through all of these, solutions. We also need to vote on the proposals. We have the 2 proposals to vote on. And we need to, what else do we have here? We have to deal with UMCUS. And then we have RTVA, right? So UMCUS. All right. So then other work priorities. Work priorities. We have there's bills going on that we need to verify. We've got RTVA. We've got taxes amendment. We've got the multimedia setup, and segmentation. And we have
a list priority, not priority. Okay.
I think that's it. Let's look at let's see if there's any other deadlines. Do you have any other deadlines that we need to address? Or
Yeah, okay. Let me see leadership.
okay, so here we go. Deadlines.
Deadline.
So we've got the bills, tactical ops. So we have to update our deadlines by the 8th. Now I have plenty of time for that. And then we have monthly goals. Cool. So that should be fine. And 99%. We've got 2 RTVA attempts by tomorrow. Not looking good. All client criteria plan. So all client plan criteria.
Yes, that one.
So that's important. Let's add that. So all client plan criteria is due, but it's not going to matter that much if we don't actually do the RTVA. Although if we do one RTVA attempt, that will get to 55% pay stop instead of 50% pay stop. So we could easily get that is 55%. So if we do one RTVA session attempt, and then we do the client or plan, or if we miss the client plan, it doesn't matter. We'll be on 55% pay stop. Okay.
Okay.
So that looks good. And then we have the deadlines updating. Cool. All right. So this
time for breath.
Good.
Please stop and get ready. Now inhale. 1, 2, 3. Exhale. 1, 2, 3. Pause. Inhale together. 1, 2, 3. Exhale. Relax.
All right. So I think we're done, right?
Yeah. Okay. I'll do value tracking and okay, let me do value tracking.
Hello.
Yes.
Jay, when we look at number 65.
Number 65
It's the
for what? Where?
tax year plan.
I'm confused. What are you?
On the
What am I looking
spreadsheet
at?
that was come on your screen.
On the leadership organizing spreadsheet?
The tax year plan for 2024.
Okay. Taxes year
Yes.
line 26. This is due February 2nd.
Yes, we already worked on that.
Yeah, but it wasn't verified and completed. Again, just working on something isn't enough. You actually have to follow through with it and get it verified and complete it and make sure it's correct.
Okay,
So when I reviewed
it
with Lucy, the
right?
deadlines were incorrect. The deadlines were not correct deadlines. And she couldn't tell me where she got the deadlines. So I asked her, where's the link to where you got these deadlines? You couldn't find it. I don't know, it's like 3 days ago.
I was searching for the link, I did not find it. There was a link where we find the deadline. You remember, I think Ate has it. She can prove that.
Also, we should go ahead and verify this proposal.
No, most of those deadlines we got them online. We went.
I know. The question is where? Where did you get them online? How can we verify them? Because they didn't look correct to me, and it's not enough to just have deadlines. We actually have to be able to verify them.
As I think that's
Okay,
time to pause. Please stop Close your eyes. Count 1, 2, 3, 4.
Hello?
Open your
Yes.
eyes.
Did we answer your question or not? Can we? Hello? Okay. And Sandra, are you here yet at all, or we just lost Sandra as well? We lost Sandra, so I guess we lost Tay and Sandra.
Okay, we lost Sandra.
Yeah, those deadlines.
What, Tay?
I think that's shown where with you. We look for them online.
Okay, but
In
the point is that we did the review. It wasn't correct. This is not the time to talk about it. We can put it on our list of priorities to review for next time. So we want to do the tax plan, and we'll get it verified and reviewed. Okay?
Okay.
Does that sound good?
Yeah,
To you? I can't hear you, Tay.
saying that we got those deadlines online. We went to we got them from the hello.
Yeah,
Are you guys getting me?
yeah, we are getting you.
Yeah, I don't care. I don't care that you got them online. I want the link. I want to be able to verify it. I don't care what you say. You need to provide the link, and we need to be able to verify it. Okay?
Yes, I'm getting you guys.
I think we have a problem with the lag. Let me try refreshing.
So I guess I'm asking if you guys. Okay, it does. Thank you.
Hello. Yeah, we can get you
Yeah.
now.
Yes, Jay.
Did
You
you
said we
refresh?
cannot work on that now.
It's okay now.
Did you refresh it, Tay? I can't hear it, Tay, still. And I also can't hear Sandra. Sandra's gone. Can you send a message to Sandra?
Okay.
No? Yeah. Anyways, I feel like we should start with the checkouts because this is going nowhere. So I'm going to give the session like a 5.5. We missed lots of breaks, broke lots of policies over time, arguments. But
Hello.
Hey.
Time to take a break. Please stop. Write down whatever you were about to say and take a break for 6 minutes.
Yes, what's up, Ate? We can't hear you at all. So I think we just need to move forward with checkouts. And we did have these two proposals that if Ate could review the proposals. And
are you guys getting me now?
Yes. We can hear you. Can you hear us?
Okay, so I was saying that I'm okay with you since you said we should not do it now and put it on the list of priority.
Yeah, just address it later. So anyways, we do have these other priority proposals that need to be verified and approved by you, Ate. Everyone else approved them already. So it would be good if you wanted to review or vote on those. Otherwise, let's get to checkouts because we're already going to be over time. We're not going to get our full half-hour break if you want to do Cobalt. So I'll start checkouts. Give the session 5.5. We missed a lot of breaks. Went over time on topics, but we did make progress on our contentious issues, which is good. I'll be working on ideally taxes, WCC amendment, RTVA. I could do bills. Multimedia is like our main thing. So
hello.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Do you want to check out Ate? Or
okay, let me check out.
okay.
I'll give the session 4. Yeah, it was like back and forth session, but
I'm hearing
finally,
you guys very well. Hello?
and
Continue, Misty.
yes, I'm saying I will give session 5. No, 4. 4. It was not really good session for me, but not that bad. But at least we are making a progress. I'm going to equally work on IRTVA because I really want to schedule on that again tomorrow to see what I missed today. And taxes amendment and multimedia and bills as well. Yes, I will be available for Cobalt. Check a thing
Well, all right. Well, I mean, I think we're done. Maybe Sandra and Atay could check out
via the
Discord.
Discord. Okay, bye.
All right. Ciao.
Hello?